following is a presentation of Main Street Media, your source for news, sports, and information on Main Street in Middle Tennessee. It's time for Casey's Take on Sports with Dickson Post and Cheatham County Exchange reporter Casey Patrick. Today, Casey tackles Braves fans, Nico with the Tennessee Vols, the baseball team in Knoxville with their first loss, and as always, local high school sports. Now, to a man who always has a take, here's Casey Patrick.
Good morning. How are y'all doing? It's actually the sun's starting to come outside, so it's starting to look nice outside. So, but we're going to talk today. We're going to talk about Braves baseball. Braves fans, y'all got to calm down. Now that's going to be my first thing. We're going to talk about Braves baseball, and then we're going to talk about Nico Amialeva. I still don't think I got it right. I've been practicing that this morning, and I still don't think I can say it correctly. And then we're going to talk about Vols baseball as well. And of course, like JP said, we're going to finish it off with high school sports. So y'all stay right there. It's coming right up. All right, Braves fans, I don't know why. I shouldn't even get on Twitter after the Braves lose or any team that I like lose because y'all want to freak out. And for some reason, Braves fans have forgotten that Atlanta completely falls on its face to begin each season every single year. And they have since the beginning of time, since I can remember. That's a little bit of an exaggeration, but the last few years, the Phillies, I think they swept us twice. I say us again. Look, I'm not an Atlanta Brave. I'm just a big fan. I'm sorry. I don't mean to do that. But if I say us, please don't take it personal. The Atlanta Braves are a really good team. They don't ever play very well to start the season off. The Phillies, I remember the Phillies either swept them or they've won 2 out of 3. I want to say another NL East team has done the same thing to the Braves the last few years. This is the second series. They're currently playing right now. It's a day game against Washington. Yeah, against Washington. Ozzy Abby's just got caught stealing. So, but it's the second series of the year. Cincinnati is not an awful baseball team. I mean, you split with them. Splitting a 4-game series with a team that I don't think is completely crap. Cincinnati's not great, but splitting the first series, regardless of who you're playing, is pretty good for the Braves because usually it's either a sweep or it's at best it's been a series loss with one game that has been thrown in there. So Braves fans, I know the Braves just won the World Series. Every Braves fan in Braves country thought the Braves were going to go 162-0 this year. Everybody's ready to talk crap to Freddie Freeman and everybody else in the National League and just float our way back to the World Series. But listen, that stuff may not happen. I still think the Braves are very good. I think they've got a great chance to win their division. The Mets are great. I think the Mets do have a lot of talent. They always kind of fall on their own face. That's not my problem. But the Phillies have the Phillies can hit, and their pitching isn't bad. But I don't know if any of them knows how to play any defense. But other than that, I mean, it should be a fun race in the East this year. But Braves fans, they're currently 3-3 right now. Right now, they're 3-3, 500. It took 3 months to get to 500 last year. So just take a deep breath. I know Max didn't look great. I know Ian Anderson didn't look great. Freed's back on the bump this morning. But Bryce Elder didn't look awful yesterday. Kyle Wright finally looked like the kid that got drafted out of Vanderbilt a few years ago. He was nasty. He's always had a nasty curveball, but it just seems like some innings it would be there, and then some innings he would look like, like the controller disconnected or something, and he had no idea where he's throwing the ball. But Kyle Wright looked fantastic. I'm ready to see Mike Soroka get back out there on the mound later in the year, hopefully later in the year. But Braves fans, take a deep breath. Everything's going to be okay. Ronnie will be back in the lineup before too long. Ozzy's starting to heat up. Marcelo Zuna's been hot. Matt Olson was hitting I think he's hitting 700 to begin the season. There's a lot of things to be happy about if you're a Braves fan. Take a deep breath. You'll be okay. Okay, but before we go to the second take, of course, we're going to talk Nico. We got a little break. Just watch the break. Stay there for just a minute. And then make sure you come back. Right after that, we're going to talk some Nico. So stay right there.
Mid-Tennessee Bone and Joint treats your orthopedic injuries and existing conditions. Our trained physicians will get you back in the game faster. Contact us at 931-381-2663 or www.mtbj.net. Hey folks, while we take a quick break from the show, I want to tell you about our friends over at Custom Stone Handlers in downtown Columbia. Ed Rich and his team at Custom Stone Handlers believe in leadership. And outside of the military, our greatest leader building platform is sports. Custom Stone Handlers proudly encourages young people to get in the game. You can contact them today at 931-490-4990 or visit CustomStonehandlers.com.
Jones and Lang Sporting Goods here in Columbia has been outfitting teams, officials, and anybody else from T-ball to college for 50 plus years. Be sure and check them out at 931-388-8060 or online at jonesandlang.com. Jones and Lang Sporting Goods, the look of a winner.
Zion Christian Academy, ZionEagles.org or 931-388-5731. You can schedule your appointment. Go tour their campus. It is beautiful over there, and you're definitely going to want to see it. Again, it's ZionEagles.org. Give them a call, 931-388-5731, and schedule your tour today.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck, yes. That'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in Tennessee. Because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
Mid-Tennessee Bone and Joint has been the official sports medicine provider for Maury County Schools for more than 40 years. We specialize in orthopedic injuries, and our Ortho Quick walk-in service lets you bypass the ER. Visit us online at www.mtbj.net.
Nobody covers high school sports like Main Street Preps, bringing you hyper-local coverage of the teams and athletes in your backyard. Wherever your Main Street is, we've got a podcast for you. From Sumner County Sports Podcast with Zach Womble, Casey's Take on Sports with Dickson Post and Cheatham County Exchange's sports reporter Casey Patrick, the MSP North Podcast with Brady McAtamney and Blaine Keller covering Montgomery and Robertson counties, to Main Street Preps this week with Russell Venozzi and Tyler Palmatier. Find the latest prep sports news from your Main Street at mainstreetpreps.com and find these podcasts dropping weekly on these Main Street media social platforms and wherever you get your podcasts. Now, back to the man with the take. Here's Casey Patrick.
We're going to talk Nico in like 15, 20 seconds. But first, I just saw that photo from Zach Womble. He looks like Adam Schefter. He's walking around with his phone and he's got his Russell shirt on. I gotta make fun of him for that photo because I don't know where he found that. He looks so official, like he's doing serious business. I hope he watches this because he knows I'm gonna roast him now. But that's a great photo. I had to say something about that. But let's go ahead and talk about Nico. Now, most of you know I'm a Tennessee fan. I am not going to be. What do we call the word here? Let's see. I don't know what my computer's doing. Give me 5 seconds. There we go. Okay. I had to slow down for a minute. I was going too fast. I like Nico. As a Tennessee fan, I'm not going to be very. it's going to be hard to maintain expectations. You got a tall, slender kid that he looks like I call him the Slim Reaper on Twitter the other day. Kid's got a lot of talent, and he was at a 7-on-7 thing in it was near Knoxville this past weekend. Played with a lot of other guys that the Vols football team is looking at as far as potential recruits. And I thought Nico, I only saw a few videos. I didn't actually go watch him, and I'm not a quarterback scout. But, I thought some of the video looked pretty good. He made some back shoulder throws, some deep throws. He throws the ball better than I do, which that's probably true for like 98% of the population. But I think it's going to be really hard for Tennessee fans to maintain any type of real expectation for this kid, me included, because he's getting $8 million or like $2 million a year, and that's a whole different thing. We could talk about that one day. I'm not going to talk about it today because there ain't enough time for me to go over all of it. But I like Nico. I think he's got a great opportunity to be really special at Tennessee. And just seeing he's really smooth, and when you have somebody that is very talented and they're smooth and they're gifted and other people can tell, real recognizes real. That's what I've always heard. These other top tier high school players, when they see Nico and they see the way he moves and the way he throws the ball, and the ball really does fly out of his hand. You could watch grainy video with the old flip phone, some kind of cell phone, and you can still tell the ball flies out of his hand. I'm excited to see what he can do. I know he's going to bring some other guys with him. A lot of guys want to play with good football players. Can't blame them. So I'm excited. I thought he looked great. I thought he looked fantastic. He had Tennessee pajama pants on. They look like pajama pants because I have the same pair and they are pajamas. I don't know. I like the kids. I don't know the way he walks around, the vibes he gives off. I think he seems like a pretty cool kid. Got a cannon for an arm. It just flies out of his hand, like I said. But he did really well. He did really, really well, and it was fun to watch. I just hope I don't get too. I hope Vols fans in general are able to maintain, and because he's not going to come in at 18 years old and immediately just be the greatest thing since sliced bread. It's going to take him a little while to learn the offense, learn how SEC football goes. Also, here's the thing. I'm assuming by the time he gets here, Milton will probably still be here. Hendon should be gone after this year. Hendon Hooker should be gone. Joe Milton would technically be the starter, and then Taven Jackson has been playing really well in camp. So, Taven Jackson was a 4-star recruit quarterback. He's not a bad football player. It makes me feel good as a fan because a lot of talent now is starting to make its way to Knoxville. Hopefully some of that talent is defensive before too long. But man, Nico looked good. Y'all gonna have to catch some videos of him. He is fun to watch. But we're gonna go ahead and go to the third take now. We're gonna talk Vols baseball. They did lose. We're gonna talk them real quick. The only reason I really want to talk about this, I'm not going to talk very long, but I think it's probably the greatest thing ever that we lost to Tennessee Tech. Because first of all, I have something stuck in my eye. I apologize. I know it's not professional, but I have something in my eye. But oh my gosh. But anyway, I know that Tennessee was not going to win the rest of the games this year. They lost to Texas earlier this year. Texas is a good baseball team. Tennessee was just not going to go undefeated for the rest of the season. I don't really thought that was plausible. I don't really think that was plausible. But the baseball gods were good to us. because, you're going to have to sprinkle in a few losses here and there. The greatest baseball teams of all time, nobody's ever went undefeated through a whole season. It's just not going to happen. You play 50, 60 games, it's so hard to be that much better than everybody else so many games. That's why Tennessee broke the score record for wins in a row, the SEC record to start season, or in SEC play anyway. I think all these records that the Vols broke, it shows that they're a good baseball team. But they lost. And it's the best thing in the world that they lost to Tennessee Tech. Because the baseball gods were good to us. We could have lost to Vanderbilt. I say we again. The Vols could have lost to Vanderbilt. The Vols could have lost to, who was the other team they played? Ole Miss. Vols could have lost to Ole Miss. They didn't lose to Ole Miss. They didn't lose to Vanderbilt. There's, I think Alabama's coming up this weekend. Hopefully we can use the Vols can use that to get back on track. But I think losing Tennessee Tech is perfect. I saw a lot of people on Twitter that said some stuff like, "Is Tony V trying to lose this game? Is he throwing the game?" And the funniest thing for me is reading all the comments. I usually go to Twitter because I feel like there's a lot more common sense. No, it's not a fair statement. Between the people that I cover, there's more common sense, whereas Facebook, I'm in a few groups where it feels like everybody on the group is somebody that probably never played past middle school, but they all want to give their idea as to why things happen. And you got these like 70-year-old dudes that just sit on their couch and they're like screaming about swinging at balls in the dirt, and they're not playing great defense. Blah, blah. Shut up. Just shut up. Just be quiet. I mean, why do you have to throw a hissy fit about a kid who's at least trying? They might make a mistake. And this whole idea of swinging at balls in the dirt, apparently people that sit at home and watch baseball have no clue that these pitchers can make the baseball do crazy things. The mound, and I'm going to talk to you like you're a child. If you're the type of person that says, don't swing balls in the dirt, I'm talking to you right now. The mound is 60 foot away, give or take like 6 more inches, away from home plate. When the pitcher throws the ball, you have like less than a quarter of a second to figure out if you're going to swing or not, right? Because you've got this whole, there's one little bitty part, the between the path of out of the hand to the plate, you've got one little bitty part where your brain has to make the decision of whether or not you're going to swing. And if the ball's halfway there and you've decided you're going to swing, but you don't know that this kid who is an SEC signee college pitcher, the kid don't suck, he's going to throw a very nasty hammer curve that's going to wind up in the dirt. Halfway there, it looks like a fastball. You're going to swing. The best players in the world, they get on base, they hit the ball and get on base 3 out of every 10 times. You can do that for an entire career and get to the Hall of Fame. And people want to sit here and talk about quit swinging at balls in the dirt. Shut up. Shut up. You couldn't hit it if they put it on a tee, much less if somebody's actually throwing the ball. The people who talk the most about sports are the ones that don't know how to play them and never have played them. I played a little bit of baseball. I was not good. I could hit a fastball. Once they started throwing curveballs, I didn't have a shot in heck. But this whole idea of kids are swinging the balls in the dirt and why don't they just hit it the other way? Man, kids throw 100 miles an hour. Tennessee's got a kid that throws 104. And you want to sit here and tell me, I'll just take it the other way. It's not that easy. Stop trying to act like it is. But back to my original point, the Vols lost, and it's perfect because Tennessee Tech can have that. This is their first win over a number 1 ranked team. Congratulations. I'm happy for y'all. I'm happy for the Vols too because, like I said, they could have lost to anybody. Oh, God forbid the Vols could have lost to Kentucky. I don't want to lose to Kentucky in anything. I don't care if it's knitting. I don't care if it's water polo. I don't care if it's ping pong. I don't want to lose to Kentucky. I don't want to lose to anybody, but I really don't want to lose to Kentucky or Vanderbilt. All right. And the fact that we beat Vanderbilt, we got all 3 games from them, but that's fine. I'll take the loss to Tennessee Tech. Keep winning SEC play. That's what's important. We got one more break. Please don't leave me. Please don't leave me. We got high school sports. Y'all stay here. We're going to talk just a little bit of high school sports. Stay here. All right. Thank you.
Nobody does what Tennessee's doing. It is incredibly hard to perform at that level, much less replacing the players Tennessee replaced. I think everything pointed to, if you know the way the league usually works, you can kind of guess that to say, well, they were this last year, they lost that, they gained that. You know, you can usually peg them in a range where you're pretty sure that it's going to fit at the end of the year. What they have done is mind-blowing, and I've never seen a team doing what they're doing right now. I have seen some of Tim's teams do this before, where you get to the midseason point, and you just don't know where this team is going. You're not even sure if it's good or great. You don't know what it is. And at the end of the season, he's pushed all the buttons. And they've won a national title or something like that. We've seen that happen before. I don't know. And the thing is that makes it so tough is I don't understand their offense right now, though. I don't get, you watch them 3 weeks ago, they're coming off, they're on an 18-game winning streak, and number 18 was 10-0 over South Carolina in its building on Friday night.
You can tell the angst is through the roof with league executive, coaches. I mean, first of all, I cannot relate, but everyone is on the edge of their seat just trying to get ready for this game coming up against the unknowns. I think we as a people give ourselves too much credit. Listen, my dad is probably the worst driver on the planet, right? So when they come out with self-driving cars one day, he's going to buy one. And there's that mindset, right? Everyone's like, I would never have a car drive for me. What if it malfunctions? It's like I drive in Nashville traffic every single day for like 3 hours. I see how terrible human drivers are. I think people give themselves too much credit. So they're like, oh, the ball and the chip will mess up. No, it won't. And if it does, it'll be like a one-time thing and it'll be fixable.
As we bring in the voice of the Blue Raiders, Chip Walters, who sits in our studio today. And that is awesome. I hope you will clip that out.
Hope you heard that.
I don't know if y'all heard that. I think a semi truck just about drove through my yard. He was loud. Gave a little honk as he drove by. We're going to talk a little bit of high school sports real quick. It has been raining the last 48 hours, on and off a little bit. The sun is starting to come out. It looks kind of pretty outside, but it's probably warm and humid, and I don't want to go outside. But there's a lot of sports that have been canceled over the last few days. I'm really hoping we can get back to action tomorrow. I thought everything was canceled yesterday, but Creekwood wound up playing baseball against Portland. I don't believe we had a photographer there. Portland got the win 5-1. I'm pretty sure Portland is they're one of the best teams, and I believe it's 3-8. They're one of the best teams in the entire state. Portland's a really good baseball team. They beat Creekwood last night 5-1. I can't talk correctly. And I just got a text sitting here looking at my phone from Bill Clark, my Cheatham photographer, who says all school activities in Cheatham County canceled today. Of course, Wednesday we've got some pretty nasty storms coming in. Hopefully everybody stays safe tonight. But I say all of that to say this. Hopefully we'll have some stuff Thursday and Friday so I can put it in the paper. Marty, my Dickson photographer, did go out to Creekwood Tuesday night and shot some tennis. So we're going to have that. But even more importantly, in both Dickson and Cheatham, we're going to have the all-county boys basketball team. Of course, last week we had the girls, all-county girls basketball team. I don't really think there was a lot of mystery on the girls' end for both counties. I mean, a lot of really good players that belonged on the team. For both Dickson and Cheatham, and we had of course the MVPs. Brianna Burgess was MVP of the Dickson team, and Izzy McPherson was the MVP of the Cheatham team, and a lot of other really great nominees as far as honorable mentions and just players that were on the team. But we will have the boys next week in the paper, of course. And then let's see, Thursday and Friday. Man, you know what? I had baseball games. That I was going to go to Thursday, and then a softball game Thursday, and then I had a baseball game Friday. But I have forgotten what those were. And also, I have no clue what this weather's going to do. Hopefully we get some sports in. You just don't want to pack all those games together at the end of the year. You know, you want to be able to play the games now when you're supposed to play them, when they're scheduled originally. So hopefully the teams can get out there. And like I said, Wednesday night tonight we got some really nasty storms supposed to come through. So everybody stay safe at home, hopefully. But man, other than that, high school sports, we need the rain to go away. Go away. But I'm trying to think. There's something else coming up too. Ooh, that's what it was. Track and field. Last week there was supposed to be a track and field meet between all the Cheatham teams on Friday, but that was canceled. I think that may be pushed back to either this Friday or next Friday. We are going to have Bill Clark there. We're going to shoot some photos of that, so be looking for that in the Cheatham County Exchange. And, of course, the Dickson track and field team, I want to say they had their senior night 2 weeks ago, so they're probably looking towards the end of the regular season right now. I got to get with Coach Dickerson and figure out exactly what it looks like for the playoffs. And I'm going to try and have some of that in the Dickson Post coming up this next week. But, man, rain, go away. But thanks for listening to the show today. I just wanted to talk a little baseball. Braves fans, y'all got to calm down. Vols fans, it's okay. One loss is fine. Vols are at 2 now. I think they're 32-2. I'll take that as every record every year in every sport. And Nico looks good. Slim Reaper. I like that. That's my favorite nickname. But y'all make sure y'all come back and see me next week. And keep up with sports. And keep up, because y'all know what I'm going to talk about next week. But CVP, I got to do this right. There we go. Haha. At CVP51 on Twitter. You got any ideas? Tweet at me. Send me a DM, whatever. It don't matter. You want to complain? You want to bark at me? You want to start an argument? I'm down for any of it. Give me a follow on Twitter. Let me know what you think about the show. Let me know what you think I can talk about. But thank y'all very much, and y'all have a wonderful evening. Stay safe out there.